Hi everybody, Karl here, KE0JWK. This is going to be a short little version in addition to the MFJ225 and the IG MiniVNA software. The first thing I want to do is make a correction to something I said in one of the earlier videos. I think I was maybe stumbling for words, and when talking about the MFJ, or could have been on the software version, but I was discussing the different things that were shown, and I referred to RL as resistance loss, where I should have said return loss. Sorry about that. Hope it didn't confuse anybody. And then moving on to the IG MiniVNA software, show you a couple of things before I do the next segment. It has an area here that is bands predefined, and you can click on any of them and it'll show you that segment when you do a sweep. Now we're just looking at 6.9 megahertz to 7.2 megahertz, and that's because that is what 40 is predefined in here. But something you can do if you're designing an antenna and only want to look at a small segment of it in your predefinitions there. Say you only work voice and you don't, or you've only got general privileges and you only want a certain segment of the band. You can go to configure, go to modify band. Here's where that a little bit of French comes back in. Anyway, you'll get a screen like this. You can click on, double click on any of these and change them. It also has 3 areas down here for your personal choices. So let's go to this last one here. I'm going to, I double clicked on this 88. Just click right in the box there. You can put in anything you want. Let's put in the general portion of the 40 meter band, 7.175. Click OK, and if you watch this box down here, you'll see it change. Double click on the next one. I'll put in 7.300. Click OK. That one changed. And then this is for your markers on the main screen. You can, when you open this personal setting up or any of these bands, this is where the markers are preset to be when you open the program. So I'm going to change the markers here. Also, I'm going to go end to end on that section. 7.175. Click OK. And do the same thing here. Backspace. 7.300. OK, and you can see it's all done. Click OK. Now when we go to predefined bands here, click on personal number 3 and give it a second to work. There it is, 7.175 all the way across to 7.300. It's pretty neat, if you know you're going to only work on an antenna, or whenever you check an antenna you only want to see a certain section, and you can go through and do each of these presets that way. If there's a setting there that you don't like, or you automatically want to open up to a small segment of the band. Moving along to the markers that I mentioned. I don't remember if I mentioned the markers earlier in an earlier video, but when you left click your mouse, it moves marker number 1. When you right click your mouse, it moves marker number 2. So what these markers do for you, say I only want to look at near the center of the 40 meter band. I can put marker number 1 here. I can put anywhere I want. I can right click and put marker number 2 there. Then I can go over here and click zoom, and what it'll do, it'll zoom into that portion of the band. By the way, I am hooked to a dummy load right now. That's why everything is so nice and perfectly flat looking. When I do the next video, I'm going to jump back and forth a little bit, but I'm going to because this isn't so much about seeing what my antenna is doing as it is teaching you how to use this software. I was in contact, by the way, with the person who puts out the Mini VNA software, and asked him if it was compatible with the 225. He didn't know, but suggested that that I try it, that it couldn't hurt anything if I do. So after I get done with all of these, we're going to move on to the Mini VNA. I'm sorry, yeah, the VNA software, which is another free software that's out there. But that's on down the line somewhere once we get through all this. Oh yeah, one more thing I forgot to mention. For some reason, I had a little problem getting the software to recognize that the MFJ225 was connected. First, I don't know if I've changed some stuff on my laptop, because I was having some issues with some other things, and for some reason now it's making me open this program as an administrator. So if you have a similar issue, just and if you've got a shortcut on your desktop, right click on it and just run as administrator, or if you've got to go into your file system, find it wherever it is, and you can choose there to run as an administrator. So anyway, just thought I'd let you know that. If you enjoyed my videos and you find them helpful, please subscribe to my channel. It makes a difference for the way things come up in search engines, and it will help other people to find them. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it, and we'll be on to the next video shortly.